Do it. Call to action. Like and subscribe. Do it now. Do it. Hey, do it. Like, subscribe. Yeah, one more good one. Oh yeah, we like that. We like that a lot, don't we, baby? Yes. Welcome back, baby. Here we are, Dansville. Another episode. I'm your host, Dan. And I want to talk to you guys about some stuff because now here we are, a little over a month into the new year, into 2021. And I know that everybody got their asses kicked last year. We got pummeled. Some of us did. Some of us lost jobs, businesses, loved ones. And all that stuff really, really sucks. And it's easy to fall into this like trap that, you know, what you're doing is, you know, not important or something like that. Or like, it's easy to fall into the trap of like, woe is me, you know? So what I wanted to talk about today was, you know, how did we pull ourselves out of that? How do we get better and constantly improve so that today is better than yesterday, which was better than the day before, which was better than the week before, which was better than the month, the year, the decade before. We're constantly getting better. Keep moving forward, just like that movie, Any Given Sunday, when he's like, we claw with our fingernails for that inch. And that's what we're going to talk about today, you guys, because I got to be honest with you. I was in a funk for a while. I was in like a 5-6 month woe is me funk of, you know, oh, this sucks. Why is this happening to me? Blah, 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 blah. All this bullshit that you got to be able to pull yourself out of. And so what I've been doing to pull myself out of that is just literally completely changing my life. And what I mean by that is going through and taking an inventory of, okay, what's important to me? What am I doing right on a daily basis that I think is advancing my life in a positive way? And what am I doing wrong on a daily basis that is hindering growth? And I wanted to talk about a few of those things because, you know, the 12-step program says the first step to solving a problem is admitting that there is a problem. And I got to be honest with you guys, I had some problems in my life. I was being lazy. I wasn't getting up in the morning. I was procrastinating. I wasn't eating healthy. I wasn't working out at all. I was drinking way too much, which that's a really easy one to fall into because there's not really a huge social stigma around casual and social drinking. So, you know, people kind of think that it's okay to just like let drinking go to a level that maybe it's not okay for you personally, but the general public doesn't really see it as a problem, and therefore you kind of rationalize in your mind that it's not a problem, even though it might be a problem. And, you know, for me, it was all of those. It was overall an unhealthy lifestyle, which consisted of drinking too much on a daily basis. I mean, literally every day that ends in Y, I was drinking. I was not getting enough sleep. I wasn't working out. I wasn't eating healthy. I wasn't having productive days at work. Even if it was a productive day, it was like I would get home and I felt like there was still more I could have gotten out of that day. And I decided that at the beginning of the year of 2021 that I wasn't gonna continue to go down that path of like letting life just do what it wants to me. And what I decided to do about it was completely change everything. And yes, I did. I had obviously, as we know, I had the Rona, the germ, which put about a 2-week delay on all of the goals that I wanted to accomplish this year. But that's okay. We're back in action. Not much we can do about it. Might as well just keep moving forward. But yeah, at the beginning of the year, I decided, and for the last couple years, I've always written down goals for myself for the year, because I do believe that works. You can't, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan, or if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think that not writing down goals is planning to fail. I think that not following through with those goals is obviously planning to fail. But if you make a plan and you follow through with it, even if you come up short of your goals, you've still advanced forward. And that's the most important thing, because that's what we all want in this life, is to get as far as we think we can go, and maybe even further, but the only way you're going to do that is by taking responsibility for your life. You're not going to get anywhere by just allowing life to happen to you. You have to go out and make life happen for yourself. And I think that an easy trap for a lot of us to fall into, especially, if maybe you feel you were set back somehow, whether it's by the system, or whether you feel like other people have advantages because maybe they came from money, or they, their parents got them a job, or whatever it is. Like, none of that matters. What matters is your life and what you're going to do about it. If you spend all day bitching and moaning about the success of other people, you're just going to sink further and further down the ladder. And I was never complaining about the success of others, more so complaining about like, oh, this year's been unfair to me. And I allowed myself to slip into this mental state of just constantly asking myself, why is this happening to me? Why me? Why am I the victim here? This isn't fair. This isn't okay. Why is this business allowed to be open and they're succeeding and there's restrictions on my business, or whatever it is? It doesn't matter. What matters is that I wasn't taking responsibility for it, and I suffered because of that, and I know that, and I'm mad at myself for that. I'm mad at myself for allowing myself to fall into the trap of victim mentality. And that victim mentality is the woe is me mentality. Life isn't fair to me. What about me? Everybody's leaving me behind. And that's total bullshit. It's easy to fall into that, and I understand that a lot of people get stuck there, but you don't have to stay stuck there. So what are some of the things that we can do to make our lives better on a daily basis? What can you do about it to put your foot all the way down on the gas pedal and see what you can get out of life? Because you owe it to yourself to put your foot all the way down on the gas pedal and see what you can get out of life. That's what we're here for, is to see what we can do in this lifetime that we have to make our lives better, our surroundings better, our families better, our environment, our planet better, all that good stuff. We owe that to ourselves, and we owe it to our communities as well, to be honest with you. If everybody's helping move the ball downfield, if everybody's helping carry the weight gets spread out and the jobs get easier, everybody's lives improve fully. So what are some things that we can do to get the most out of life? That starts with the morning. Get up in the morning. Get up early. Maybe you're not an early riser. Okay, fine. Then you got to offset it. Then staying up later, even if you stay up till 2, 3 in the morning, if you're working, if you're trying to advance your life forward and maybe you do sleep until 10, okay, whatever. That's like arguably the same as getting up at 7 and going to bed at midnight, or getting up at 5 and going to bed at 10, whatever it is. Get up in the morning and take control of the day. So what did I do at the beginning of 2021? Post-coronavirus, obviously. Didn't want to spread that around. I've been getting up at 5:30 every morning and going to the gym and working out, getting back into the routine of trying to kick ass on a daily basis. And that starts with getting my blood pumping in the morning, getting up, before the sun rises, feeling that crisp air in the morning and getting excited about the day. And one way that I help myself get excited about the day is going to the gym, getting a workout in, maybe popping into the steam and sauna for a minute, nice relaxing way to end the workout, loosen up the muscles, everything. That's all great stuff. That really helps. And you get to work after you're done with the gym, you get to work in the morning and you sit down and you want to actually accomplish the tasks that you have. And a lot of times when I'm working out, I'll think of like, oh yeah, I got to do this today. I got to do that today. Write it down in my phone while I'm there in between sets. You know, maybe I'm moving between machines and I think, oh yeah, I got to send that email. Oh yeah, I got to contact this distributor and order some stuff, whatever it is. And I'll write that down in my phone. And then I get to work. I pull up that to-do list and boom, just start knocking them off. Check, 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 check. And you start flowing, and it's that snowballing effect. You know, all you got to do is get that little snowball, put it on a hill, kick it down, and boom, by the time the end of the day has come around, you're at the bottom of the hill, you got a giant snowball worth of work done that really helps you feel mentally good about yourself, even if they were small things. Even if it was just, and sometimes that's how you got to start. Sometimes it's hard to dive right into a big life change, like getting up early if you're not used to doing that. So maybe you get up early and you just go for a walk if you don't have a gym, or you do some push-ups and sit-ups in your room and then you read for a while. You meditate, whatever it is. Get up early and carpe diem, baby. Seize the day. That's what you got to do. And it's all these small, subtle things that will help you just snowball towards success and towards that feeling of accomplishment that overall is going to lift us out of that depression, victim mentality, woe is me attitude. So that's one of the things I started doing. The other thing I started doing, and I did this while having the germ, because this was an easy one to do. Well, it wasn't easy, but it made it easier having the germ, and that is to stop drinking. Stop consuming alcohol, even if it's not a problem for you, which, you know, I don't think it was a problem for me. However, it was right there on the border of becoming a problem. I was drinking a lot of beers every night, a lot of White Claws, a lot of, you know, not all at the same night, not all at the same time, but, you know, I might have a six-pack one night, and then the next night I have 4 or 5 glasses of wine, and then the night after that, 5, 6 whiskeys, and then the night after that, a whole 6-pack of White Claws, and then it's back to beer the next day. And that was just destroying my life and my productivity and my overall happiness with everything. It was destroying my sleep, which was the worst thing about all that, because you go to bed intoxicated. You don't get a full night's sleep because your body, once it's done processing the alcohol, it kind of wakes you back up, and then you even while you're intoxicated, you can't slip into a full REM cycle or whatever it would be called, that real deep sleep that we need to recharge our batteries. So it was destroying my sleep, which was making me feel foggy during the day. I would have less productive days because of that. I would feel lazy during the day because I had, the leftover, not hungover style of the day, and not like you've had too much to drink, but just that overall feeling of lethargy. So sleep, laziness, fogginess, all that contributed to a less productive day, which further instilled in me the depression aspect, the woe is me aspect, victim mentality aspect. And then once you're already down, the booze is just one of those things where it's like, what's the point? I'm just going to have a beer. And then one beer turns into 2, turns into 4, 6, or vodkas, whiskeys, whatever it is that you're drinking. And it just starts compounding on itself. And things compound in life, and they can do it in a negative way, like I'm talking about with the alcohol and making me feel less productive and all the negative consequences that came with the amount of drinking that I was doing. And not to mention, the amount of money I was spending on it was just stupid. I mean, 6-packs are $7 to $10, whatever you get. You get 3 6-packs in a week. That's $30. A bottle of wine's another $12, $15. I mean, we're talking $50, $60 a week on just booze. And that is a huge waste of money. So things can compound in a negative way or in a positive way. And when you let the dominoes fall, or you let that snowball roll downhill, it's going to start compounding. And if you're doing it, if you're doing things positively, like waking up early, working out, eating healthy, not drinking more water, once you start doing the positive stuff, it starts compounding and life just starts getting better and better and better. You have more energy. You feel more productive during the day. You get home, you want to spend time with your spouse or your significant other. You want to spend time with your family, and make that time for them. On the contrary, on the flip side, if you're drinking too much, if you're feeling not productive, that's all going to compound the other direction. That's going to you're going to keep going lower and lower and lower and lower until you hit rock bottom. And sometimes rock bottom is as far as it goes. Sometimes that's out on the street. You lost everything. Your family left you. You have nothing left. You got fired from your job. And all that happened because you just kept letting it go downhill. Whereas on the opposite side of that, if you keep going at an upward trajectory, you're just going to keep going up and up and up and up. And before you know it, you're going to be at the top of the mountain. You're going to feel like a king, a god, the Almighty, just like you kicked so much ass that you look around and you're like, God, what's next? What else can I? Oh, there's a bigger mountain over there. Let's go to that one. Let's go climb that mountain. So that's another way to pull yourself out of that, is start working out, quit your vices, quit drinking if you think that drinking is a negative problem for you. Now, if you're a social, once, twice a week, you have a beer, whatever, you have a glass of wine, who cares? If it's not a problem for you, then it's not a problem for you. But I think we all know, if we're being honest with ourselves, if we consume too much of one thing. And sometimes it's tough to admit. You don't want to admit it because change is hard. Change is really difficult. But if you just decide that you're going to change and you stick to it, you get up in the morning when you don't necessarily want to get up. You go to the gym, you meditate, you read, you whatever. If you just decide that that's what you're going to do and you follow through with doing it, every single day it becomes easier and easier and easier. Now, the other thing I decided I was going to do this year was learn new stuff, advance my skills, both, mentally, physically, whatever it is. And so some of the things I've decided I'm going to be doing this year is learning a new language. I'm working on 2 languages right now, both Spanish and Mandarin. I already speak some Spanish, not quite at the conversational level of it yet, but I would like to get to the level of being able to have good conversations in Spanish with people. And the other language that I'm learning is Mandarin. And I think that that's going to be a really important language to learn moving forward, which is why I'm learning it. The other thing that I'm teaching myself this year and going to continue teaching myself is coding, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all that good stuff, because that is a skill that I don't have. And I used to take pride in kind of being computer illiterate and stuff like that. And I've realized that that's a stupid thing to take pride in. That's a loser mentality, a victim mentality once again. Oh, I'm not good at that. Ha. Look at me. I don't know what I'm doing. That is dumb. Don't let yourself be that person. Learn the stuff that's going to be important in the future. And I'm already behind the curve on that. You'd have been ahead of the curve 15, 16 years ago doing this stuff, back in the mid to early aughts. I'm behind the curve, even though I know I'm still in front of a lot of the global population in terms of like getting on board with learning this stuff. But this stuff isn't going away, guys. The technology industries, we're kind of in the middle of the next revolution, industrial revolution, and things like learning how to code, all sorts of different development platforms, like I said, HTML, whatever it is, Python, doesn't matter. All those are going to be important skills to have in the future. And right now, they're important skills to have right now. And I regret not having taken that stuff more seriously when I was younger, because I think that it's important to You know, I thought it was cool. I thought I was being cool, like throwing, you know, responsibility and throwing, you know, not throwing caution to the wind, but just not really caring, you know, that whole like, oh, I don't care, man. It's whatever, bro. You know, like, oh, I'm cool, dude. I don't really care about anything. Look at me. I'm just this whimsical guy that just kind of does whatever he wants on a daily basis, and I don't care, and it's cool. That's not cool. That's stupid. That is a dumb, dumb attitude to have, and I regret that it took me until I was freaking 29 years of age to recognize that this kind of stuff actually is cool, and it's worth learning. So, guys, 3 things to take away. Change your habits. Get up earlier. Work out. Take care of yourself physically. And also eat healthy foods. All that good stuff. Quit your vices. Get rid of them. I don't care if it's alcohol, tobacco, drugs, whatever it is. Get rid of your vices. They're not helping you. They're only hurting you. And the third thing, learn new skills. Never stop learning new skills. That's what you need to do. That's what's going to help advance you forward in this life. It's going to take you to new heights. You're really going to like it. You're really going to feel good about yourself at the end of the day that you chose not to veg Netflix for 3 hours. You chose to improve your life and improve your skills. And all that stuff is going to compound in this upward trajectory, and you're going to have a kick-ass life. You're going to have a smoking hot wife or husband. You're going to freaking have the best house on the block. You're going to have a stocked bank account. You're going to crush it. That's what we're going to do this year. That's what we're going to do. We're going to crush it this year, people. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan. This has been Dansville. You guys have been awesome. And we'll see you. Sideways finger guns. Sideways finger guns. We'll see you on the next one. Also, people, please be sure to like and subscribe. Do it. Call to action. Like and subscribe. Do it now. Do it. Hey, do it. Like. Subscribe. See you in the next one.